Okay, this is my response to part 2 of the later educational layer assignment that was passed to, but all is well. And thank you for the opportunity to make this up. And so the question and the goal of our assignment was to basically state what are the issues prevalent inside the USA. And my main topics that I chose to approach are: the public schools are meant to dumb us down, just wanting to be average, and college expenses, which all are readings and excerpts from the part 1 of education layer. But this is where my approach and explanation begins. So let's first off with public schools are meant to dumb us down. So when you first look at this, reading the title, people would automatically want to think that the public schools are meant to make us dumb, which makes no sense because we're going to school to educate ourselves to not be dumb. So what exactly does this mean in depth? So in depth, basically, we come to learn that with tendencies such as experiences like myself coming from, Bridgeport public school systems, low income funding towards education won't really have a major effect in students themselves as they progress in life, because they won't be receiving the same education as someone, let's say in Newtown, or let's even say Yonkers, New York, for that matter, where there's more economic freedom in those cities. And for even that matter, teachers' motivations in regards to wanting a check over taking the time and care for each and every individual of their student success. And I guess a solution or some type of suggestion is teaching and implementing ethics in just the curriculum of the public school system, not even public school system, and all school systems in generally will help not only help the teachers understand, and it would help them implement that, and their learning, the children's learning and students' learning experience overall. So public schools won't really mean to dumb us down. They're learning things we actually need in life every day to day. And what more and more schools should want to pursue is pushing students and creating systems in their curriculum to help students pursue their true interest. Like, without pursuing interest and showing students, they kind of have no worth in pursuing education, because they have no need to they have no need in wanting to pursue that certain subject. For example, let's say maybe a person who's trying to pursue a business major. Why would they continue to take science classes and college courses if they have no intent or no future reasoning to pursue science, if their main goal is to become a businessman? There may be times where there can be a connection with public school systems meaning to dumb us down, and the idea of just wanting to be average in relation to public schools. Because along with public school systems and other daily surroundings, we are pushed for a career, but settle when times of hardship and comfortability are in reach. So let's say, for example, if you were to go to college for your associates, let's say you find a job right after in that particular field of study, you're gonna go after that job. But let's for that reason, you're going after that job only with your associate's degree, and for more time you spend in learning about that and being certified in your field of study, let's say your bachelor's or even your master's in that, the more pay, the more it's worth it in the end. But the only reason most don't continue to pursue that is because of how hard it is to accomplish that. Just wanting to be average. Society conforms and teaches us to join a certain trend due to convenience. For example, creating this video in response, instead of writing a written response, in which I created both technically, but I used my written response to help me create a video response. So for that matter, Mr. Carey is supporting us in the idea of using technology to kind of help us express in a better way of learning in today's world. So along with that, that also means that teachers need to be passionate about their subjects and wanting to push students to learn the material in any which way they learn, and they will create more passions to do so as a student. For example, Mr. Carey being passionate in his teachings and wanting students to learn and express their learnings in any which way they can. He gave us an open option to write a written response or to create a video or anything appealing to his eyes, which kind of trends that public schools, private schools, and all school systems should really take advantage of, with reason. Which all of this, it pursues the eagerness to enforce education, not enforce as in a dictatorship, but as in a view of extreme importance. But college in America doesn't make it easier on those of lower economical freedom. This is directly talking about college tuition and expenses. Because when it comes down to society, when we graduate high school, with those of whose guardians refuse to help, students' loans will be needed taken out. And again, with the right intentions of pursuing education and finding your true career, the interest of student loans just continue to go through the roof over the course of your years of learning of your field of study. So for some students that don't work to mainly focus on their field of study, in the meantime, the loans keep building. So then by the time of graduation of their career and out of getting their associates, bachelor's, or master's in their subject, all that time they spent in college learning on that certain career, when they actually have the proper job they have worked hard for, they will spend the course of their years with their new check paying off those student loans right after getting a new job that they wanted. So where is the room for these newly picked careers for our full economic freedom in America? It's nowhere. For the course of receiving education in their career, they already are losing money before they even receive their first check in that field of study. This is a perfect example for what everyone must know by now. The rich stay rich and the poor stay poor. This directly means equality in America needs to just be extremely adjusted in every aspect, in which there is hope. There is hope with the many organizations and other norms reoccurring and being more common in our everyday lives of the push for equality, especially the Black Lives Matter movement, which we still see racism in America every day to day, and for political reasons in regards to our election, we see clearly. So in regards to the upcoming election, neither candidates are the best candidate for America in every aspect that America needs help in, but there is certainly one candidate who is more focused and more caring to the idea of equality than the other candidate, and that is what is important, in my opinion. Not saying I'm siding directly on that one side, which, you learn to stay independent, and I choose to stay independent, but in this case, I'm siding with equality. Oh, this is fruit punch, by the way, not wine. Promise.